More results from women when you didn't care or when you did care about them?
I got more results when I cared and managed their emotional content. That manager at the job, she submits to him because of his position and how he conducts himself with her. If there are 20 guys out here she ain't listened to, then it's 20 guys that didn't operate in a manner that she felt safe enough to be submissive to.
If she wasn't going to be on their page, if she wasn't going to cooperate with them, if they was wasting her time and not valuable to her, how do all 20 of those guys get the box?
Because who she'll sleep with is not necessarily who she'll follow.
No.
What?
Why do you think she passed up on a guy that she was supposed to marry?
So for a couple of reasons, one of them being that she may have grown. She not the same person she was 10 years ago when she met a good person.
She grew. How did she grow?
She read a book. She became more self-aware. She working through her trauma.
Ali, you gotta let him live. You gotta let him live. He gotta go to sleep with her.
When you think
you gotta let him.
It ain't about going to sleep with her. No. Don't call me no bitch like that. I say what I feel. No. I'm calling you.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Vick Reacts, bumming at you with a brand new video. Hey man, today we got a banger, man. We got that boy Fatty, Anton Daniels, Ilkan Ali, man. Shouts out to all of them. They showed love to me previously in the past, so you know I'm always show love to them. Anyways, we got a video about Fatty. Title says, "Wow, don't call me no." Anton Daniels and GQ go at it. So obviously they go at it. I'm seeing Jazz down there. You know she always extra every time we see her on the podcast. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Before we get to the video though, bro, if y'all like the intro that played at the beginning, be sure to like the video, because if you like the intro, y'all gonna like the video. Comment you got something to say about the video or me. Subscribe if you know and mention the content, man. Without further ado, let's get into it.
You're trying to put everything inside of a box. All women are not created equal. We slot them according to, hold on, Ali. There's women that are wives and there's women that's hoes. You trying to put them all in the same box for the sake of the conversation. What I'm telling you is that guys need to be more aware of the difference between a hoe and a housewife. Now, you saying a woman that hasn't been cooperating with the last 20 dudes, I'm saying that you shouldn't give a fuck about whether or not she's been cooperating because she's been with 20 dudes. What I'm telling you is that women that are cooperative, they don't, like, you can't make sense of it. It's no logic. It's no rhyme or reason. You just know. It's almost like when you run into a chick, you don't have to ask her body count. You know she a hoe. When you run into her, why, you know the difference between a wife and a hoe.
Hey, go lie this
know a
bag,
chick
though.
that's that should be in the streets. We're supposed to slot them accordingly and then make sense of it later. But it doesn't mean they're not going to be emotional. It doesn't mean that they're not going to make illogical decisions. The reason why they need somebody.
I don't know what Diesel smoking down there. Oh, he got that big ass cigar. But look at that boy Diesel. Hood. Hey, that boy got that big Al Capone. Hood.
You're not going to be emotional. It doesn't mean that they're not going to make illogical decisions. The reason why they need somebody to cover them is because we are the ones that balance them out. I will tell you that most women that are married, the ones that seem awesome and cooperative and the ones that have the most logic, the only reason that they have that is because of the man that they with. It's not because that woman is logical. It's because that guy is controlling her emotions. He's controlling everything about her. And them women would look dumb as fuck if you let them talk on their own and make themselves available. That's why women, the smartest ones, shut the fuck up and they just sit there and they walk behind their husband.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. He's speaking a lot of facts, but it's some stuff, you know, that you could probably disagree with, you know, especially the part where he said, you know, most women actually know what the fuck going on. They just sit there and shut up. I mean, 9 times out of 10, that's facts though. Because if you let any woman talk too long, no matter how smart they sound, they gonna say some dumb shit. Like, you gotta think about it. Kamala Harris, for her to be in a position that she's in, she gotta be pretty smart. But she in these interviews saying the craziest shit. It just made sense. You feel me?
But we agree.
You trying to make sense?
Wow, bro, that's wild. That's wild.
That's true.
That's wild.
There's a lot of women. There's a lot of
weigh in on it now. I gotta weigh in on it now.
There's a lot of women that you think are awesome. If they open their mouth for 20 seconds, would be like, that bitch is dumb as hell.
But it's facts.
Give me just 1 second, please.
It's facts, and like what he was saying about how women don't make smart decisions or are smart naturally. You know, if they do appear smart, is because of the man that's in their corner. And I agree with that fully, bro. Like at the end of the day, both genders need men. Like both genders need a man, a positive man around them, a positive man role model to really teach them how about life goes. Like, cause only men know how life really works. Like, cause we the only ones having to experience it for real. Like, if we do some shit, we gonna face the full consequence for it every time. We don't get no, oh, you get a second chance. No, you gonna get the consequence off top. But you know, as a female or especially as a kid, like they get graciousness when they do shit. Like they could do damn near anything, and somebody probably gonna give them another chance. Be like, just don't do it again. You know, especially with kids, especially with women, it makes sense because that's how society is. They softer on the ones that they feel need the softness. You know, and for men, we don't get that graciousness. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with Anton Daniels all the way what he's saying. It might sound wrong, but just think about it logically, my nigga. You will never fail.
I'll let 1 second, GQ. I'll let Ali go and interrupt it. Please don't interrupt it when he goes. I just want GQ to answer these. GQ.
This fatty,
famous
bro,
woman.
fatty, you need to get me on, man.
Savannah James or Denzel Washington wife that you don't even know how their voice sounds. Like, is there any woman that is better than that? Like a silent woman that does her job?
So first of all, I'm not big on like following celebrities, so I don't even know.
It's the archetype. I'm just using the archetype, meaning
right.
We have GQ.
But there are several women that I know personally, especially my partner, who have like viewpoints and ideas and things, and whether I agree with them or not, like they have them and they're logical and they make sense and they're able to form them. And so what I said was when he was saying that, hold on, let me finish. So like I was saying, hold on, let me personal situation. Hold on, we let you talk. Let me speak objectively because I can't debate your truth. Long enough for me to say it though. Give me a second.
Let him just land real quick. Go ahead, GQ. You got this.
Okay, so what I'm saying is it's a matter of listening and paying attention and how you conduct yourself in the relationship. I do agree with you that there are women out there who will not listen to a whole lot of men, then meet you, and all of a sudden they're very submissive. And that has a lot to do with how you conduct yourself and how you conduct the relationship you have with them. That manager at the job, she submits to him because of his position and how he conducts himself with her. If there are 20 guys out here she ain't listened to, then there's 20 guys that didn't operate in a manner that she felt safe enough to be submissive to, or that she just knew or recognized his power and authority, or that she just put herself in that position of.
Or that she just not naturally submissive, bro. It could be just that. Simple.
Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah, let me go ahead.
He's landing. No, you got this.
Let me finish. Okay. So it's a point about how you conduct your relationship with that woman and how you direct and how you move, and she'll just fall in line with it, and especially to a degree of her respect.
Okay, so how they get the box if she was so good? If she wasn't on their page, if she not, hold on. No, you said let me land.
I was answering. My bad. Go ahead.
Let me put my wings up in the air.
Go ahead.
If she wasn't gonna be on their page, if she wasn't gonna cooperate with them, if they was wasting her time and not valuable to her, how do all 20 of those guys get the box?
Because who she'll sleep with is not necessarily who she'll follow.
No.
What?
First of all, okay, look. I'm gonna say two things right now. Let's get this straight. First of all, he a man. How can you speak from a woman instance anyway? The fact that you feel comfortable speaking up to defend women point of view, feelings, and etc., it's crazy, bro. Like, do you align with women? Second of all, what the fuck did he just say? Confused as shit. I'm confused as shit right now. I gotta play that back. Hold on. That shit was crazy.
Valuable to her. How do all 20 of those guys get the box?
Because who she'll sleep with is not necessarily who she'll follow.
No.
What?
What? Right. Women, just like every man, woman, just like men have a woman he'll sleep with, but he won't marry. Women
Hold on. Bruh, if a man get the box, I'm not talking about, OnlyFans stars, the whores. We're not talking about the whores. You know what I'm saying? Every woman not a whore. We talking about the average woman. if I could sleep with a bitch, bro, you best believe I could really be with her if I wanted to. Like, what? So, this shit crazy, though. Let me get back into it, bro. I'm sorry for pausing so much. I'm finna get back to it. Lower the pause.
Pretty, so
That is
hold on.
rocket science.
Hold
This
on,
is
Pretty.
not rocket
Man, fuck it. I'm tweaking right now. I just want to look at the panel real quick. I ain't even looked at the panel. We got Lady Chan, we got Callie, and we got Pretty Intellectual. All right.
So GQ, I just said
Yeah,
a
so
hoe
it's
would
a-
give you
it's
access
like
to her
no.
body and
Go ahead.
not her cooperation. If she slept with 20 men she wouldn't listen to, is that a hoe?
Oh yeah, I give you that. Yeah, I'm not denying that.
Then why is she good for the next man?
I didn't say whether she was good or not. What I said is that she would pay attention and follow his lead. And
Listen,
he was
GQ,
saying he was
GQ.
Anton
You know
was
what you're
making that point.
describing? You know what you just You know what you're describing, GQ?
What am I describing?
You describing the girl that you I got the perfect example. You describing Jenna from Forrest Gump.
Yeah, 100%.
She's not following his lead because that's what she want to do. She's following his lead because he was the last person, the last dog to the bowl that was willing to take care of her after everybody got the best from her. It's not that. Listen, she's not. She didn't hold herself.
He don't got nothing to say
out because all of the 20 guys before him was awesome. He was the person that got left with the bag, with the piece of shit in the bag.
You mean in the movie?
He's the dude that got caught.
in real
Okay,
life.
listen. In school, there was always the chick that would bust it down for the whole team. The one that was ran bustos for.
Bro said, "You mean in a movie?"
And then he, everybody bust it down, and it would be the guy that's kissing her at the locker, like, "Oh baby, I love you."
The center, got you.
That's who the guy is. It's not that she's following him because he's awesome or he got control of her. It's because she's making.
She ain't gotta follow him.
Hey, shouts out to Kelly for that YouTube member. Nah, for real, that's tough.
She's
She ain't
making
gotta follow
a
him.
business decision. She's making
She's
a
not
business
making him
decision
feel-
at the end of her reign so that she can make sure.
I would have stopped the podcast to say that shit.
She's making
She's
a
not
business
making him
decision
feel-
at the end of her reign so that she can make sure that she's taken care of. That,
Bro,
bro,
right.
But she's not submissive to him because she busted
that
it down.
guy.
Well, you gotta
is the
understand, she
person
doesn't
that's
have to
getting
be
finessed.
submissive to him. That's the point. She
Right,
doesn't
but
have
he's
to be
also
submissive.
said that the women that come through, they'll submit themselves to. Anton was saying that they'll submit themselves to him.
Bro,
that they
if you
won't
don't
submit
think
to
any of
other
those, if you don't think any of those 20 dudes could have wiped her up and then had her ass tied up and put up if they
I didn't say
wanted
that,
her,
y'all did.
then you a fool. It's not that she
No,
wouldn't
y'all
submit.
said that.
It's
I didn't
they
say
didn't
that.
give a
That was
fuck
y'all's
about her.
example. You all said that the 20 dudes couldn't do that. I didn't say that in an example. That was the example y'all said.
No, Ali said that. It was Ali's example.
So y'all talking
My
two
point
different
is,
20 dudes?
No.
Ali will use the example of the 20 dudes. I never use that example. But the
Yeah,
point
I
that I'm
do.
making is that if there was 20 dudes before you and you don't think that at some point she was submitting to them, but that they just didn't give a fuck about her. Listen, I don't believe 100% of anything that any woman says. Zero. If a woman comes to you and she's dating you and she's saying, "I want to be in a marriage," and you ask her, "Well, listen, what happened with all of the guys before me? All of the guys that you dated before me? How come you?" And she says, "You know what? I just couldn't find the right one, or I couldn't submit to him, or whatever." She's lying to you.
Yeah.
She's lying. It's not that she's so awesome and intelligent and everybody missed out and you just so happen to walk up on a flower.
Yeah.
She's lying to you.
No, don't
That's
say
what I
yeah. You said no.
No, I did not say that. No, I did not say that.
You said
I
it
did
because
not
the
say
guy
that.
didn't
I
have.
did not say that.
You
I
said the
said
man.
how
No.
you
You said GQ. You said the man had something she didn't value. You put the validation back on her.
No, because you all said that the
guys.
20 dudes before they couldn't. You all said, go look at the recording. You
No,
said
that
the
was
20
Ali's
dudes
example.
before me.
Hold on. Hey,
couldn't
GQ.
happen.
Hold on, GQ. Let's have an intentional conversation. If you
All right,
meet a
let's go.
woman at this age, 30 and up, and she's still single, do you think she has a cooperation issue, or is it the men she's dealing with?
I think it could be various issues that
I
she's
didn't.
saying.
That's no.
No, you asked what did I think, and that's my thought.
Okay, what's the issues? Why you think she's
It could
single?
be,
Is she
it could
dealing with
be
men?
either she got too many kids and guys don't want to deal with that. It could be her attitude. It could be the way she conducts herself, or she don't listen. So I'll give you that. That's one of the reasons.
That's all about cooperation. If you got babies with men you don't want to follow, if you making men fight for the kids, if you don't cooperate with the man at all, or give him temporary cooperation, then it's the woman. She has a cooperation problem.
But it may not be her. I didn't say that's what it was at all. I said that may be one of the elements is cooperation, but that's the only element when I find somebody in their 30s. That's not the case. Matter of fact, I know a couple women right now that I have consultation with that they just had kids and they just stopped dating to focus on their kids, realized that wasn't the best way to be, and now they're trying to get into the dating pool.
Why the fathers aren't there? Why are the fathers not there?
For various reasons. One of them because the father's died. Another one is because one is incarcerated.
GQ, can you slow down? Please slow down, family.
Okay,
He slept with these guys that might be no good. Like every time we have these conversations, it's never, you know what? This man was amazing. I fumbled the bag. I tried to control him. I just couldn't get him to do what I wanted him to do. So he's an asshole now. Instead of, I'm really not a good woman, and I dealt with dudes that I thought that I deserved. Like I'm not cooperating. I'm not cooperating.
Wait. Hold on. Let me ask this question. GQ, do you believe, honestly, and see, this is hard to use because I'm trying to use examples based off of what you said. When a guy gets with a woman a lot of times, let's say she in her 30s or whatever, and he winds up becoming the one that wife her or whatever, do you believe that he was the best guy that came into her life up to that point in her life?
No, I think that was just the choice that was given to her at that moment. And
why did she pass up previously on the guys that she should have been with? Because I don't believe at that point, if I meet a girl, right, and she come to the studio and she giving me her story and all of this shit, and she say, "Oh my God, I think you're the best guy I've ever met," I know she lying to me, right? Because I know that I'm never gonna be like, I would never be the best guy for her. But she's gonna say that, and she probably said it to all of the guys that was before that. Why do you think she passed up on a guy that she was supposed to marry?
So for a couple of reasons, one of them being that she may have grown. She not the same person she was 10 years ago when she met a good person. You're not gonna hold somebody to that same standard. And I'm not saying your point is invalid on the fact that she really did pass up on a good thing because she couldn't manipulate the situation. I'm not saying that there are women like that.
How did she grow? Can you give me specific about all these women say they grew? How did she?
I didn't say all. I didn't say all. I said some.
No. If she grew, how did she grow?
She read a book. She became more self-aware. She working through her trauma.
Hey, I know. I actually think that's fair, right? Let's imagine that she grew. What? Because we can. Let's imagine that we got all like. Let's imagine that she actually grew, right? And I'll pass the microphone to the ladies afterward. Thank you very much, Jess, for being here. Pretty, I don't know what she's doing, but Pretty wanted to talk, right? GQ, let's imagine that she actually grew. Now she read books. Now she's an enlightened woman. She found God, right?
Okay.
Who does she really like? The guy that she marries at 30-something when this like the last way out kind of, let me throw Hail Mary from off court and see if he get, or the guy she was dating, pursuing, involving with, having kids with it when she didn't have that pressure on her 20s, right? Who does she really like? If nobody was watching and she could pick one of the guys, would she still, after getting all that enlightenment, would she pick the guys that she liked on their 20s or the Forrest Gump, like Anton says, on the last part of my life when I have nowhere to go? Now finally I see the light and I go to the guy that wants me the same way as I wanted all those.
About the woman who's like taking the time to get to know herself and heal, like I said, and grow. I think that individual chooses the best option for her.
How does she grow? Look, you're saying.
I just answered how she grow.
Hey, GQ. You're saying what women say. She just focused on herself.
Right.
No, I said she focused on herself.
No, hold on.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like, it is a thing. Like, some women do grow. Like, just understanding. Like, you know, like how some men grow. Some men grow. Don't got a father figure. Like, I didn't have a father figure. So some men do grow within themselves, and like, you know, they just sit. It just. One day they just going through so much bullshit, so they just wake up and realize, like, damn, maybe I'm fucking up. Maybe I'm the one. Maybe I'm the reason why I'm in this motherfucking predicament. You know, so I you know, for women to come to that same realization, I ain't gonna say it's as often as man, because, you know, we have to face it like head on every day. So one day most men gonna realize. But as females don't really have to face no consequences. So the realization is gonna be at a way lower amount. But I still think that some women definitely probably come through a realization one day after they and had 2-3 kids and shit. They ain't got no baby daddy there, or they husband done left them or some shit, or they husband done died or some shit. I mean, you know, it is some cases like that. You know what I'm saying? But you can't just speak on those cases because that's not the majority of cases. That's actually a superb minority of cases. Like the majority of cases, and this is like over 60%. Usually it's because the woman chose bad, or they was going off of lust and not looking at the guy for what he was. You know what I'm saying? Most times it's always gonna be their fault. Like most things that happen in your life to you is your fault. You somewhere you shouldn't be, or you doing some shit that you know you shouldn't be doing, or even if you don't know that you doing some shit you're not supposed to be doing, you still supposed to learn from the shit. And that's called learning from your losses. That's called turning your losses into lessons. You know? That's the main key of life, is learning. Every day you have to learn. Not only learn something about the world, but learn something about yourself. Every day. Because if not, then you just gonna go around walking lost and not knowing what the fuck you want to do, not knowing what you need to do. Then you will be in a predicament like most of these women that's having that's baby mamas, and you know they don't got no kind of father figure around them for the kids and shit. They wake, you know what I'm saying? That's what kind of situation you could be in. And basically, all I'm saying is that by you not taking the time to understand life for what it is and understanding your place in life, understanding your world, your purpose, you just gonna be lost. You're gonna be broken, bro. That's the number one thing you gotta do in life as a man, as a woman, both, not just for men. The reason why I think women are so fucked up is because people don't hold the women to standards. If they actually treated both genders equally, like they saying equal rights, whatever. Bro, if they actually treated both genders equally, women would actually be way more intelligent than what they are. That's what the feminism movement was actually made for, was to make women dumber, was to, you know what I'm saying, basically put at a head between men, and that's what it was made for. They didn't like how so many people was marrying and staying married, bro. They didn't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they spread it on such a broad scale. You know, like they saying that like women wasn't working back then. That's what's crazy is that at that time, bro, that the feminine music even came, like women was working. But just the majority of women was choosing to stay home. Like that's the craziest part about this shit. If you look up history, you could know that. You could learn that. Like majority of women was choosing to stay home and take care of the kids. But then they start pushing that shit at a broad aspect with the feminism movement. Bro, they was pushing that shit at just a broad aspect that it just started hitting motherfuckers, and then now you got motherfuckers doing OnlyFans now, which is even pushing more motherfuckers to commit to that lifestyle. But if we want to be honest, that is not the natural lifestyle that a woman's supposed to go down. Back then, the only hoes was women who, you know what I'm saying, when they was little got taken advantage of, or mentally incapable women that was took over by a man telling them what to do. But back then, those was the only kind of females that was doing that kind of whole lifestyle. Like, that's what's crazy. Before the feminine music. I keep saying that shit, but y'all get what I'm saying. Before the feminism movement. After the shit, it went Jose. Now you got you got females that's 18, that's raised by both parents, going with good parents at that. But because of social media, they going down that whole lifestyle just based purely off social media, fam. And it's because they seeing so much of it. That's like with men, with black boys that don't know nobody successful, but they see rappers. And the rappers is who they want to be like. It's the equivalent for men. So at the end of the day, it's all within the design, my nigga. The only way to beat it is by knowing. That's the main key. You have to know. You have to learn. You have to sit down one day and understand what the fuck life is and understand your purpose. Simple.
That she did some active things to become a better individual.
You're going to have to come spend some more time with us. All you talking about is what she's talking about. Imagine me. You know what I'm going to do to be a better man for her? Keep spending time on myself. Keep healing. Keep thinking about me. Keep looking
Have
for
you ever
me.
sat in a room by yourself? Have you ever sat in a room by yourself? Have you ever like
Come
spent
on.
a lot of time by yourself?
Yes, I have. But guess
Okay,
what?
so you know, in that
have
time
you
you
ever
get
have you ever
more
done
interested.
have you
I
ever
think I
done
got
somebody wrong? Have you
Hold on,
ever
hold
done
on, hold on, hold on, Ali. Hold on, Ali. I think I got a pretty good reputation in a general
go ahead.
sense.
Oh,
I will tell you,
oh,
like,
wait.
as a man, I genuinely don't give a fuck about what women think. Like, honestly. And I've been married for 21 years. I don't give
That's
a fuck.
fucked up.
Honestly, I genuinely
About
don't
your
give
wife,
a
what she thinks?
Listen. I don't give a fuck at all. Not even a little bit, bro. Not even a little bit. Like, honestly, especially in the men in business, I am cutthroat. Like, I am very cutthroat. If you don't do what I gotta say, if what I say, you can get the streets, bro. I don't give a fuck.
I don't believe it. No, I don't believe that. I believe that you give a bit of a fuck with what your wife feels to a degree, not just completely written off. Not just completely written off.
Listen. She will. I can call her in the room.
No, it
She
doesn't
right in
matter.
the back. Listen.
No.
Would
You
you
give a
be
little
okay
bit.
with
Maybe
her
with
if she
other
thought
women.
about-
Maybe with Tom. Maybe
she
with
didn't give a
other
fuck
women
about
you
your
don't
thought.
give a fuck at all. But I would like to believe that with your wife you give a little bit of a fuck of her opinion.
As long as she's doing what I need her to do, I do care.
Okay, there we go. That's all. All right.
But you have to meet the expectation. Listen.
Yeah, sure.
So she did that in return.
The reason why a lot of you guys lose
Who?
is because you compromising with a woman, man.
Okay.
This is hilarious.
Why are y'all?
That is true. Why are we laughing? That is
Why?
true.
Listen.
What are we talking about?
That
When
is
you
hilarious.
come into a situation and you are very matter of fact about who you are and what you are, they love you for it. They love what you think that these women that want these guys and they say, "Oh my God, I want a guy that cares about what I think and all of that shit." And they don't give, man, at the end of the day, you know what they really want? A dude that's gonna tell them what to do and give them some instruction so that they don't have to think for themselves half the time.
That's true.
They don't give a fuck about that dumb shit. All of these fairy tales that they writing, oh, my emotional intelligence and what my love language is,
Yeah,
man, they don't care about that shit.
Yeah, neither do I.
She just told you. She just told you out of her own mouth. That is the truth, bro.
Wait, who said that? She said that?
Wait, yeah.
I
Like
did not hear
basically,
the other two women.
no, because what Anton is saying is that we would like it. We would just prefer the man to just lead, so we don't have to just do stuff. That's just the bottom line, and that is true. That's the truth.
And that's the truth with all the women, even the women that go after the gang members and shit. They go after who they think will put them in their place and they won't have to act out against. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. That's what they do. They just happen to choose men that don't give a fuck about them. That's the difference. Is that, you know, it's facts. Even with the feminism movement, bro, that's what's really fucked up is that even with that movement, the females as feminists still want that. It's just weird to me, bro. Then why the fuck is you a feminist? But whatever.
Did you get more response from a woman?
Give me just 1 second, Ali,
Oh,
real
go
quick. Let's get Kelly and Jess. Kelly has a question. Jess wants to talk. I don't know. It's Pretty. So when Pretty gets in the building, we talk about it. Go ahead, Ali. Yes, go ahead and make the statement.
In your lifetime,
then we go to Kelly and Jess.
Adding to Anton's point, did you get more results from women when you didn't care or when you did care about them?
I got more results when I cared and managed their emotional content. That's what I got.
He lying. He lying.
Are you dating women?
He lying.
No,
He's
what
lying.
you said? What?
He's lying.
Whoa.
He's lying.
Whoa.
He's
Whoa.
listen. You know what, GQ? I respect you because you got to respect the brand. But the fact of the matter is, the less we care, the more they adore us. That's
no. I care about it. Doesn't mean that I have to work in cooperation or I have to make my decisions off of how she feels. But I always care about what she's thinking. I always care about what she's feeling.
That's not. No. That one is like when you.
Ali, you gotta let him live. You gotta let him live. He gotta go to sleep with her.
When you
gotta let him.
It ain't about going to sleep with her. No. Don't call me no bitch like that. I say what I feel and I want. No. I'm calling you what it says. Just I want you if you that bold, call your wife in and be like, I don't give a fuck about your feelings, and then see how your
marriage. No, he would do that. Don't ask him to do that.
He should be back in the Hold on, give me a second.
Nah, he talking about I gotta go to sleep.
Don't do it.
One second, Rez. Let 1 second. 1 second, please. 1 second.
Hold on.
1 second, please. Let's Rez in the room. There's no need to ask her for it because we see multiple times Rita just go ahead and say, yeah.
They know who my wife is.
We already saw it before. This is not
this is nothing new.
I was just gonna say, like, Anton is all she knows, so she probably have heard that throughout the entire marriage and thinks that's normal. So if he called her in and said, I don't give a fuck about what you feel, she's probably like, yeah, I know. So it's
but that might just be the facts of in their marriage.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
so why should she know more men? But why should she know more men? Why isn't that a good woman stopping at that one guy and go, I love, hold on, Jazz. You paused. So I'm in it.
No,
first of all, hold on, Anton. Let me finish. Anton,
I'm gonna let you get it off. I just want to speak to her. What's up, Jazz?
What's up, Anton?
Oh, look at y'all. So adorable.
People think that me and Jazz got beef. Me and Jazz.
We do. You do.
No, we don't.
Whoa.
You say y'all got beef.
We don't. Me and Jazz has never had beef for real. We got this. We disagree. We have different perspectives. We on opposite ends on certain subjects. But nah, Jazz, I like Jazz.
It's time
That ending was OZ. But look, bro, what y'all think about the video? I know I had a couple rants in there. Y'all know me. I come to react. I'm gonna react, okay? But honestly, fool, GQ had some solid points. I just feel like he went too far in on one side and didn't look at the other side. Like, he brought up some fair points, like some people do grow like this, but most don't. You know what I'm saying? And we like to speak on most. We don't like to speak on the minority around here. We like to speak on the majority. You feel me? At the end of the day, though, what y'all think about the video? Let me know in the comments below, man. It's been your boy Vick Reacts, and I appreciate you tuning in to the video, bro. Right now, I got 3 vids on the screen. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch at the top. Instagram, clips posted. Don't miss my Instagram, man. Twitter, we lit on that Twitter, too. And Twitch, we definitely lit over there. Big sure to tune in to my other socials. Appreciate you for watching. It's been your boy Vick Reacts. Stay up and be blessed. Peace.